Hey guys! Sorry it's been a little bit, but dealing with a newborn is not the easiest of all things. um, but yeah, I didn't do a 38-week update, but there wasn't really any change to be honest. So, um, I never went into labor, so so my 38 weeks, sorry, it just didn't happen. I got real busy just prepping for the hospital Friday, so or for the Friday he was born. Um, so this is going to be my birth story, delivery story. I don't know, some kind of story, and it's gonna get emotional. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. So, um, sorry. Okay, breathe. So, we went to the hospital. Our Friday, November 2nd was his scheduled C-section day, or my scheduled C-section day. Um, of course, I couldn't sleep, so I was up doing odds and ends, getting makeup on, getting real cute because I was expecting, cute pictures. Oh, anyways, so we get to the hospital, or we leave for the hospital here about 4:30-ish, 4:45. We get to the hospital about 5:15, somewhere in there. We were a little bit early. We weren't supposed to be there till 5:30. But like I said, we were a little bit early because I'd rather be early than late. And we get to the room. They already had one ready for us because it was a scheduled C-section, so our room was pretty much ready to go. So we get in there, and of course they handed me my gown and told me to go change. And I got back in the room after I changed and got on the bed, and they started hooking me up to the monitors and taking my vitals and making sure everything was good. And then they tried to find a vein on my arm to get the IV in, so that way I was ready with fluids. Well, they couldn't find a vein at all. And that was annoying in itself because, literally 3 people were sitting here tapping on my arm and putting, I can't even think of what it's called, those strap things around your arm to get the blood going and whatnot, blood flow, whatever, I don't know. Anyways, so, yeah, they ended up having to call the anesthesiologist that was on call, who looked like he had literally just gotten out of bed. They had to get him in there to find my vein, and this was over a week ago now, and I still have the bruise from that one, plus the bruise from another whatever. And then they finally found a vein over here, which the bruise has finally started going away. But it was pretty bad. My arms look like someone had literally beaten me. This one still does look like someone beat me. So yeah, that was fun. But then, while all that was going on, they were trying to find the baby's heart, or they found the baby's heartbeat. But it was in the 200s. And typically, it should not be above 170. So they were already kind of worried about that. So they went and got an ultrasound machine to make sure that it wasn't picking up my heartbeat with his heartbeat. And the ultrasound machine showed that it was slower than what it was showing on the monitor. So they were saying something about he was tachycardy, something. Tacky. They were calling it tacky. I had no idea what that meant. Just something, they just kept saying he's tacky. And I was like, okay, well, whatever that means, cool, but let's just figure out what's wrong and get it over with. Let's do something. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm sitting, I am calm as a cucumber. I'm looking at the the monitors, just seeing what it's showing, because I'm waiting for that heart rate to go back down. And then the next thing I know is they're saying, call the doctor. She needs an emergency C-section. Still, me calm. I'm calm. The whole time I'm calm. Sorry. And then they tell Jeffrey that he can't come in the room with me. That'll be put completely under. So here I am. Finally being wheeled away. My doctor gets there. She said she'll be there in 8 minutes, and I swear she was there in 8 minutes, if not sooner. I mean, she was there so fast. The C-section took place about an hour, probably about an hour and a half before it was supposed to. Maybe a little bit, whatever, sooner than that, but yeah. So anyways, I get to the operating room. I get on the table, and they just start doing what they have to do to prep for my emergency C-section. And I'm still super calm. The only time I freak out is when they put the mask on my face, and it feels like it's just suffocating. I can't breathe. Like, I literally feel like I can't take a deep breath. I can't breathe. I can't do anything. And so I tell the lady that I couldn't breathe, but the anesthesiologist was right there, and I heard him tell the doctor, let me know when you're ready. Well, he, I guess, got the word, and literally within 2 seconds, I couldn't remember a thing. As soon as they clicked over, I couldn't hear a thing. Or I don't remember a thing. Like, that was it. That was the end of it. I had never been under anesthesia before, so that was completely a new experience. So yeah, that was interesting. But, so the next thing I remember is waking up in the hospital room. I mean, I don't even remember what time it was, but I just remember waking up in the room, and my mom's there, and my daughter, and my husband, and everyone's there, but the baby's not there. And just, again, freaks you out, because the last thing you remember is going in for an emergency C-section because your baby's heart rate is weird. But anyways, my husband finally comes over, and he tells me what all's happening. That the baby had to be put on oxygen because he came out blue and not breathing. So they had to put him on oxygen for a little while, and they had to put him on a CPAP, I think, something. They had to put him on some kind of something for a little while to get him breathing. Apparently was it his right side or his left side? One of his sides wasn't functioning properly for the first 30 minutes of his life. Like, he was acting like he was paralyzed on that side. But it finally corrected itself after a little while. So yeah, it was just one thing. They were checking his blood sugars because he was a big boy. He was 9 pounds and 14 ounces. So they were checking his blood sugar, making sure his blood sugars were okay. And then, so he was born at 6:25 in the morning. And I didn't get to meet him until 10:40. Still that morning, but it felt like a lifetime. But he finally came into the room, but he was only in there to eat. They only wanted me to feed him, and then he went back into the NICU for a little while to make sure he was still going to be okay. They checked his vitals, checked his stats. His blood sugars went up after I fed him, like they should have, so that was good. That's what they were looking for. So, yeah. So I finally got to come back in the room with me at about 1:30 or so. So, yeah, that was how that went. C-section was great. Everything went fine. He's fine now, so it's all that matters. But it was a lot. A lot to take in. When this whole pregnancy went so smoothly. And then we get there for the C-section, and he has other plans. So he was, I guess, tired of being in there and wanted to come out now. Or right then. But, so yeah, sorry. I told you this was going to be emotional because postpartum was emotional as it is. And then add all that fun stuff to it. But yeah. I'm going to get up and show him since he's sleeping. But yeah, I'm going to show you the baby now. Like I said, he was born at 6:25 in the morning, an hour sooner than he was supposed to. His birthday wasn't supposed to be till, I guess, after 7:30. My C-section was scheduled for 7:30, so I'm assuming his birthday was probably going to be closer to like 7:45 or so. So he was born about an hour earlier than he was supposed to. And then, what else? He was 21 and a quarter inches long, 9 pounds, 14 ounces. So, and then he ended up losing, before we even left the hospital, he ended up losing, pretty much a full pound. He was an ounce away from losing a full pound, but by the time we got to his first doctor's visit the very next day, after leaving the hospital, he had lost a full pound. But we're finally on the gaining. We are on a very strict breastfeeding schedule of every 2 hours, except for at nighttime where we can go every 3 hours. So it has been, like I said, an emotional couple of days, just trying to figure out everything with a newborn. I know I've done it before, but this is a whole nother ball game. Last time I attempted breastfeeding and did not succeed. This time I am so far succeeding, but it's an emotional mess just because of how little sleep you get. So, and it's not even the newborn that's making me not sleep. It's the having to breastfeed that's making me not sleep. And half the time I can't get him to wake up like he should. So it takes forever and a day, and then that's exhausting in itself too. So, but yeah, it's perfect. Definitely wouldn't change it to have him here, but I'm gonna show his little face now. So, he's sleeping right now, and he's currently naked because he fell asleep while we were eating. So, there's our little boy, full head of hair. Looks like he's gonna get mad. Are you about to get mad? Yeah, I think. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I'll end the video here so that way I can tend to the baby. But yeah, so thank y'all for watching. Like I said, sorry it's been so long since I posted, but hopefully I can get on a schedule again once he gets on a better schedule, and we'll update on baby's weekly updates and whatnot. So we'll figure all that out when we figure that out. But I will talk to y'all guys later. Bye!